Clicked it. Oh, there we go. Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back. Jazzhead. Oh, is this how we started it last month as well? I can't remember. It was so like.
This is how I start most live shows, because it's like for the first 15 seconds, I feel like it takes a minute for it to tell us that we're live, and then for it to actually go live. So, like for the first 15 seconds, I just dance.
Just dance. And is my connection okay? Because I did a live show in this room last night, and it was really fuzzy.
Fine to me.
Oh, stop it, you little flirt. We've only just started. You're already trying to get in my pants. Oh, sorry, this is Middle Grade Monthly. Sorry. Anyway, we forget. We forget.
We really do.
Before we start as well, and before we start the Middle Grade Monthly things, it is Jade's birthday very, very soon. I believe in 3. It's for 3 days, isn't it?
It is in 3 days.
Yeah. I'm worried my present isn't going to get to you in time, but it's on its way.
Okay.
So don't worry. It is on its way.
Okay. All right.
I wanted you to know. I should have said that before the live show, but I totally forgot. So anyone else as well wants to wish Jade an early happy birthday, then that is also great. Can we stop making June about you? Because last June, you just gotten engaged as well. Like,
how dare I?
How dare you?
June before that, I bought my house.
Oh my God. June's just a fab, fab month for you.
Fab month.
It's just a fab month. Oh, good. Today I look clear. It really was so fuzzy yesterday, and I don't know why. It's usually pretty good in this room, but sometimes actually it's like your room, the library room. Sometimes you get good connection.
I feel like right now it's fine.
Yeah,
but there is a very good chance it will randomly just go nope.
Yeah, maybe it will. We'll just have to. We'll be on the edge of our seats this entire live show, waiting for it to happen. Nina sent you something too. I love it. I love all the love. This is what I love about Middle Grade Monthly live shows. They're always dead positive and always dead upbeat. Always gets me in a good mood. Saying that though, Jade. I mean, we'll not talk about the book yet, but this live show could change everything.
This could change the foundations of our relationship.
The foundations. I thought, you know what? I thought when you did the Reader Like Gavin video, I thought, oh, something's going to happen. I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't want people to like get spoiled of what I thought about your video, but it was so good. It was so good. I was like, yeah, it was just fab. Yes, hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming. And do you want to talk about what we're reading next month? Actually, first, shall we talk about Pris first?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you want to take the wheel?
Yeah, Pris, you may have noticed if you follow all of us around on Twitter quite a lot, Pris has taken a step back from the general booktube community, book Twitter community, everything online. She's focusing really heavily on herself at the minute, and we're all wishing her the very best, but she is taking a step back from moderating Middle Grade Monthly, so we will not have a Pris for dropping links in, etc. We're going to miss her, but, you know, we completely understand and appreciate that she needs to do what's best for her right now, and she's focusing on herself in other ways, focusing on her writing, becoming comfortable with herself again, and we love her very much, and that she's doing well.
Yes, we love her. We will miss her. And also, I believe Pris is writing a book too. I don't. It's not going to be middle grade, is it? I think she's writing.
No, it's not a middle grade. No.
We will still make it a middle grade monthly pick one month as well. We'll still do it. We'll support Pris, even if it's an adult book. You know, we'll still do it. Middle grade monthly. But yeah, she's absolutely fabulous. She needs this time to herself too, and yeah, she's just so great. She's been part of our
very, very much.
Yeah, if you cannot already tell, she's been part of our lives for a while now, actually. So it's going to be strange, but bear with us. I do believe I made a lot of mods when we got spammed last time. So if anybody sees any spam, I do have some middle grade magistrates in the comments. So if you guys could keep an eye out, that'd be great. You know what was really weird about that too is that I went onto some of my future live shows because I have them like ready to broadcast and stuff. And
No, don't tell me. Future
yeah,
live shows have been spammed?
yeah, I got one on the Maria Kushnia interview one. They've spammed the Maria Kushnia interview with "Hi, hello," and all of that. 2 different accounts on it as well, and I was like, "What? This is
What?
insane." I don't know why they did that. It was it hasn't happened since, and that was the day of the live show. But I was like, "Why? Why?" So that was weird. So yeah, spammers, watch out. Yes. Oh, Danny's drinking herself stupid. Are you having a cider right now as well? Yes. Cheers.
My plan, I'm now off work until Thursday.
Mm.
I'm going to be drunk until then.
Oh, that's a plan. Please vlog it every single day. Please get drunk from here to there. Vlog it. I want it to be a drunk reading vlog. Oh yeah, we've got a few newcomers in as well. I'm sure Michaela, Claire, Steminus, Kendra as well. They've said that this is their first Middle Grade Monthlies. Everyone else, welcome to Middle Grade Monthly. It's so great to have you guys here. Yeah, I'll make Danny a mod too.
Forewarning, just as a forewarning to the newbies for Middle Grade Monthly, they tend to go one of 2 ways. Either we both get on really well and everything's great and we have the same opinions, or it always tends to be me that gets really like sassy. Just thinking back to some, for example, Madam Most Unladylike, like opinions.
We're just passionate about middle grade. Who can hate it? We really, really are. So, hi, Christy, as well. So glad that you guys are here for the drama. I mean, you guys.
Honestly, this is one to start with as well. Because for anyone who's new to me, I don't read contemporary, ever. I do not like contemporary books. I don't read them because I know I don't like them. So why would I put myself through that? But as you can see, my hand has been forced. I had to read a contemporary this month, and I was like, you know what? We can't avoid contemporary forever on Middle Grade Monthly, and I know that you love it, so I'm going to have to do it eventually. And this is the first one, so it could be interesting. And because I don't like contemporary, I feel like it's really important to say off the bat, take my opinion with a pinch of salt, because my review on this is based from a perspective of I don't like reading about real life. So maybe don't take me too seriously this time.
And I will say as well, it was partly me that forced you, but also Pris. And I'd like to point out that Pris is not here to face the consequences of her actions.
That's why she dropped out, really. She was like, I just can't bear to face it. No.
You are probably right. She's escaped. Maybe I should as well, but I'm back. Right. Okay, so let us talk about the next month's book first.
I'm gonna have to ask you to do this because I don't own a copy yet. I can't even show it up.
I do, but where the hell is it? It's not under F. Oh, I think it's because I talked about it last night on the live show, so I've got it here. So it's City of Rust by Gemma Fowler, and just look at that on the cover. Jade, what even is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's a mechanical robot gecko.
Oh my god!
By Paul James Mountford.
Does he get a break? Does he ever have a break? Like the amount
have a break, but it makes my life worth living. So
fair. He just never sleeps. This one is about Riley, who dreams of winning the biggest drone race on Earth with her bio-robotic gecko called Atty. And her chances crushed, she flees skywards, hiding out among the junkers who mine the rubbish orbiting the planet. Here, though, Riley discovers something far worse than losing out. A huge trash bomb will destroy the world unless she and Atty do something about it. This is the race of a lifetime. Oh, Jade's going to cry as well.
The first time I saw that cover and read that blurb, I cried. I cried from
Yeah.
the cover and the blurb alone. I cannot wait to read this. Also, general shortage of middle grade sci-fi.
Yes, that's true.
Middle grade sci-fi. The other middle grade sci-fi we've read, Orion Lost, I absolutely loved. I have really high expectations for this. Illustrated by KJM, so I'm by default gonna love it. Gecko. For anyone who doesn't know, I have a gecko, and just the fact that there's a gecko makes my heart explode. So
makes it sing. Jade, I just had an incredible idea there. So maybe we could do, because I want to see you cry when you read this. Maybe we should do like a live reading sprint, middle grade monthly live reading sprint for this book. Yeah, for this book as well. So we actually read this book during. Oh, and to make it extra interesting, let's do it on a day we're both off and see who finishes it first. Would that?
I am in.
You are on. You are on. I might even crack the cider out as well. Hells yeah.
I'm done with this one. I need another.
Oh no. Well, we'll be here for like a little while yet, so don't worry about that. If you need to grab another one, just ring the bell for Jake.
Oh yeah.
He'll come.
I'll just drop him a text. Can you pass me my other cider? Thank you.
I'll do it in a heartbeat. I'm glad everyone's in. Hi, Sasha, as well. Finish it before both of you. How dare you?
Is that a threat?
Is that a threat? What in the world? We should do that maybe on your channel then, because the live show will be on Jade's channel. So maybe we could do the reading sprints on your channel one day. That'd be so cool.
I'm down.
Yay! Okay, awesome. I'm trying.
Rachel missed the name. It is City of Rust. Yeah, yes. City of Rust.
By Gemma Fowler. I'll write it in the comments. This is where
Chris would be useful to like drop you links to where to purchase.
Yeah.
We don't have her anymore.
we will sort it out. Do not worry. I'll just put that back down there. I've just been delaying the actual book discussion, to be honest. I like this actually. Before we start, bets. He'll finish it first. Will it be on? Will it be on script? Will it be on audiobook? That's a good show. If it is, that could help us.
If it's on audio, then you'll finish it before me, I think.
Maybe, but we can both start it
faster than I do. I don't know though.
I listen to 2x speed.
Oh, that's as fast as you can go on script as well, and so do I.
Yeah. Well, I might try and get on the web version so I can listen to it just a little bit faster.
Sorry, Nina's answer. I bet on Harriet if she's reading it, because it will take her about 20 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Harriet will just fly through it. She'll probably start it like 10 minutes before the live show and still finish it before us. That would be hilarious. Betting on Jade, Gaff is the last. I really am. I literally just finished rereading this today, to be fair. But we're going to be reading it in a live reading sprint, so we'll start at the same time.
Finish at the same time, yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit nervous. Yeah, not quite. What's said in this live chat stays in this live chat. Do not worry. We've got Jade, Rachel. It is technically out, isn't it? City of Rust. It's not. I'm sure. Yeah. Never mind. It's just gonna be a physical thing. Jade, Gav, James.
I appreciate the confidence that you guys seem to have in me.
You know what? I feel like you could probably do it because I talk a big game and I talk a lot of smack. And who knows? Maybe I'll lose. Do we want to repeat a Polathon? No, we do not. We do not. Betting on Jade. I think Jade will tactically scare Gav into finishing after. Ooh, she will give it a good whack. Okay, so us Geordie peeps. Yes, Geordies. Yes, we are winners, to be fair. We are winners. Well, unless we're not winners, we are good losers.
Winners until we're losers, yeah.
Exactly. So we've been talking for 15 minutes and haven't even started talking about the book yet, which is Me, My Dad, and the End of the Rainbow by Benjamin Dean. And as Jade has already said, guys, like Jade doesn't read contemporary. I feel bad for forcing her to. You gave Evelyn Hugo 3 stars though, didn't you?
I did give Evelyn Hugo 3 stars, yes.
Fair. And like, Can I try and predict what you gave it?
Yeah.
Did you give it 2 stars?
No.
You gave it 3? Oh my god, you gave it the same rating as Evelyn Hugo? I'm actually really happy with that. I'm super happy with that actually. Everyone let us know what you rated it in the comments as well. I obviously gave it 5 stars. Which I said to Jade as well, I actually rated it higher the second time reading it. From what I originally read it when I read it last year. So that's pretty good. I honestly thought you gave it 2 stars. Ooh.
I mean, I think 3 stars is fair, and when we get into the explanations of why, then yeah, we can talk more about that. I don't know if I'm maybe being generous because of my standpoint.
Maybe.
Like, I know I don't like contemporary, so like, although I was really bored, like, doesn't make it bad. So up the rating. I don't know.
Well, it'll be good to work through your feelings in this, I think. Say if you think the same after. Also, I just want to quickly highlight this. Yeah, like even when a sprint ends, you'll still be like mute.
No, I don't even mute it. I can still hear the people talking. I just carry on.
I cannot concentrate when people's talking. Like that's impressive.
I only ever do it when I've got like half a page left or something. Like,
well, if you're doing it, I'm doing it too. I'll be like,
okay, fine. So we're just not going to sprint. We're just going to sit and read.
Sit and read until one of us finishes.
A live show of us reading until one of us finishes.
Yeah, it's a read with me. Essentially, a read with me.
It's a read with me, not sprints. It's just a race.
Yeah, it's a raid. A raid with me.
Raid with me.
CC 5 stars, and it was a reread. Oh, how I jumped. Sorry. 5 stars from Danny. Oh, and Danny did give it rainbow edges. She painted them herself. They look incredible.
Awesome.
Yes, incredible. 4 stars, 3 stars. Helen gave it the same as you. 5 stars, 3 stars as well. 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Ooh, Jess gave it 2. Katie gave it 3, 5, 4. Was it a high or low 3, Jade? I'm guessing it could be a mid 3. Could be a mid.
It got a 6.4 on core pile.
6.4. I would say that was mid because isn't like below 5 a 2?
It's a reasonably high 3.
But you may change it during this live show. Who knows?
Yeah, I think we are going to have to go through my thoughts and really see if I was being generous just because, like...
It's not your style.
Yeah.
It's a me thing. It's a me thing.
It's a me thing. And I'm so aware of the fact that it's a me thing. So...
Yeah. No, I appreciate you coming out of your comfort zone. I don't like... Because I feel like you need to get your own back on me now. But I'm like, what's something that I wouldn't read that you read? I feel like there's nothing. I'm not too sure. Because you do need to get your own back on me now.
Yeah, I don't know. You read a much wider variety than I do. Like, I have my little bubble and I'm quite happy in it.
Yeah. Fair.
I feel like maybe the thing to do for you would be to either pick out it wouldn't be a middle grade, but it would be like one of my like, what the fuck sort of books that I like. Like, have you read any Jeff Vandermeer?
No.
See, it would be like one of them sort of things, or something like really political. I feel like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Any kind of political thing? No. Yeah, I'm out. Don't rate books, but we'll say 2 subjectively, 4 objectively. So would you say that, yeah, yours could be maybe a subjective rating? Yeah. Because
then that equals out at, let's be reasonable, 3 stars, which I feel is where I fell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, talking about the race. Yeah, that's gonna be hilarious. Oh, it's Bethany's first middle grade contemporary. We gave it 5 stars. Like, I do read like contemporary. I do read fantasy and stuff. I will say like contemporary is not my favorite genre. Of books, like I always prefer the fantasy, always. But yeah, for me, like 5 stars. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it, but yeah, it's so great to have the LGBTQ plus representation in a middle grade, and to have it so out and proud is just so fantastic. 4 stars. I'm like, Jade, not a contemporary reader. Just had a friend come out. So this book made me cry. Oh, nice. I feel like, yeah, this is probably a highly relatable book for a lot of people. Big range on ratings. Yeah, you're right. No one's given it a 1 star, though. That's good. I don't think, I don't think anyone could hate it. Even if you gave it like a low rating, I don't think you could hate the book. It's one of those ones I think is, say, because you're not going to agree because it's contemporary. And obviously, it's like boring and stuff for you. But like, yeah, it's just, I found it such a quick and easy read, and I found like, especially the latter half of it to be quite exciting. Like, it pride, like I found that part like really exciting, and then I really love the build up with the family relationships. I feel like contemporary really has to focus more on character, which is what we'll talk like about first, is character, which I think I gave an 8 on Copile. So yeah, I always
want to guess what I gave it for characters?
7, 6. You know what? My gut instinct said 6 first, but then I thought Jade's not that cruel. Apparently, you are. I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh my god, that's so loud! Wow. Next, what in the world, Brian? What in the world? But you know what? I'm shaking. It's a good song. Not that I can understand what the song is, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Right? What the fuck, Brian? Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to swear. You will finish it. I mean, Jade's just itching to be outside with Brian right now with our cider. I hope Jade's gonna go and shout at him, but then I want Jade to unmute herself so we can hear her shout at him. It's like 9:30 p.m. It's 9:30 p.m. What's he doing at 9:30 p.m. this late?
He's starting a fire in his garden.
My neighbor does that too, but he doesn't put the music on.
Yeah, he's got his music on. He's just setting the fire pit up. But to be fair to him, he's burning our wood, so I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Because we have so much wood in the garden from when we had the fence done.
Right.
We just haven't been able to dump because no. So he's going to burn some of that, so I'm okay with that.
Right, fair. Oh, okay. It's a double-edged sword there, isn't it? Because like he's doing you a favor, but also. Also, I liked Ali's comment. I think I missed it. Oh no, there it is. Ali said rave night, and he has me saying it's 9:30. People should be in bed. Like two different. But usually I'm kind of yes rave, but
I believe Ryan isn't tuning into Middle Grade Monthly.
I know, like he's been caught. I thought he was a huge fan.
Wow.
Well, this is absolutely disgusting behavior from O'Brien, let me tell you. I mean, we do have like the best vibe together. Like it's middle grade magic. Why is it middle grade monthly? It should just be middle grade magic.
Middle grade magic. Also, with us, literally everything is alliterative. Middle grade monthly, middle grade monarchs, the middle grade magistrates, middle grade magic.
Yes. We're gonna have loads of middle grade magistrates on your channel too.
I will need more middle grade magistrates.
Yes. Well, when we do these readings,
when we do our race, because if we're doing our race on my channel, I won't be able to moderate the chat. I'll be reading.
Our race. Yes, exactly.
Our raiding race.
Raiding race. Oh god. Everything just fits. It's like slightly annoying because nothing fits with my name, but everything fits with your brand. It's so good.
That's what I call a good branding choice.
I love it. I'm gonna try and rebrand. Not really contemporary reader. Like, yeah, Emma's I know Emma's a much more fantasy reader, especially for the middle grades. certain rare types of contemporaries I like, but this isn't one of them. And yeah, I did enjoy it. We'll never reread Book Club. Yeah, I feel like maybe that's something like Jade would agree with. Like you didn't enjoy it, but you liked it. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't have given it 3 stars if you didn't like it.
Let's have some overall thoughts from me.
Okay.
Just overall. I don't read contemporary.
Let's set the record straight.
We know this. So for me, I was glad to have read it. I liked the family. I liked the family relationships. However, the plot did not grip me. I was bored. I get bored reading about real life. There's not enough intrigue there for me. There's not enough to hook me. Like, this is just someone's life. This is none of my business. I don't care. Like,
you feel like you're spying on people.
Whereas with fantasy, like, I feel like I've got a new world to explore. I've got a magic system to understand. There is interesting politics. But I love political fantasy. I don't like real life politics. Like, so when in relation to books, I love politics. Real life, I hate politics. Like, books, real life, I love my relationship. Books, I hate romance. You know? Like, in a book, I want something that I cannot experience in real life.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I want something I can't experience in real life. I like that. Yeah.
Therefore, I was bored. That's nothing against the book. That's entirely on me. Because I know that a lot of other people like books that they can relate to. Books that they can see their own experience. They can see their own experiences in. I don't like that. I don't look for myself in books. I don't want my life to be portrayed in books because, like, who wants to read about that? No one. Like, I'm fine living it, but, like, it's none of your business.
Yeah. I always conflate contemporaries with mysteries, which I do think you like mysteries, because I think sometimes, like, with them being said, like, it is real life, but the mystery element of it, that's the plot. And if a contemporary doesn't have like the same kind of plot, it's like it's different for you.
Yeah, I mean, let's compare it to a middle grade contemporary mystery that I have really liked with the Adventures on Trains ones. Like, they are contemporary, but the plot of that is not following his life. The plot of that is mystery. And they are far-fetched mysteries. So, like, it's not real life, and that's not something I can experience in real life. Like, I'm not going to go on a safari train journey and witness a murder.
You never know.
Well,
maybe next year. Next year, maybe for like when we do a 2 or 3 year anniversary for Middle Grade Monthly, we can go on a South African train and solve a murder mystery. How does that sound?
Sounds like fun. I'm there. Yeah.
Excellent. We'll pencil it in. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like a lot of people can like.
I hope that comes across how I want it to. Like, obviously, I'm not a little boy whose dad is coming out as gay, so I don't relate to it. But, like, it's still a real life scenario, and I will refer back to it's none of my business.
It's none of my business. So yeah, the only contemporary I technically like is thrillers because murder. Definitely want to keep it unexperienced experience. I totally get it, which is why I do not hold this against anyone, or I don't hold it against Jade for not liking it. Later the evening, hi Claire. Other people's lives can be boring. So what? Okay. That
being said, though.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt again. Like, I'm still glad that I read it. It's still a reading experience. Like, I wouldn't take back the time. Like, it was a quick read. I got through it very quickly and had an enjoyable enough time reading it. I wouldn't take back the time. I wouldn't say it was a waste of my time. I'm glad to have done it, but I will not do it again.
We'll see. maybe in 2 or 3 years' time we reread every single book we read for Middle Grade Monthly and we'll do read sprints for them in the month. see who reads from start to finish and wins. How's that sound?
Honestly, like hell, no thanks.
We'll give that a hard pass.
Because you're going to make me reread Murder Most Unladylike, and I would rather poke myself in the eye with a hot spoon.
I mean, at least last June, the bar. I don't think we could ever get as low as that one. So I feel like even when you read books that you don't or not the biggest fan of, so say this one, like it's never going to get, like you're never going to hate it. I think, which I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, saying that though, there might be something that comes along, but we don't pick books that we think we're going to hate. So
never. No.
Yeah, we do have like intrigue or some kind of interest in what we pick.
Yeah.
So, I feel like murder mysteries on trains do exist. I could you imagine this? I mean,
hopefully not deliberately.
Yeah, hopefully not deliberately. I mean, I feel like maybe they do happen every now and then, but not that I've heard of.
And they certainly don't leave it to a 12-year-old to solve it.
Yes. And saying that though as well, okay, characters. Sorry, like we'll talk about the book then, because characters. A lot of people are talking about the mum and the dad in the comments, and like I guess their portrayal. So I'd love to talk about Archie first and about what the situation he's been put in. So obviously they're keeping this huge secret from him, and you can tell like he is 12 years old, and I feel like what this book did really well was explore the fact that 12-year-olds like Archie isn't stupid, and like children do notice when their parents are going through something. Like I can't deal with like the falling out, like the exact reason why they fell out, but I can relate to, parents falling out and, splitting up. Okay, I think a lot of people can relate to that. But it's with the way that the mum and dad handled it in Archie, like it made me respect Archie a little bit more, especially at the start, because he wanted to find out what was going on, and he went the extra mile to find out why things were happening to his family. And it showed like he had this huge love for his mum and dad. Like one of the scenes that I really enjoyed was when he finds his mum crying in the living room, and he talks. Well, I think it's the day before they go to Pride, and he's like feeling really guilty about it. But he's very careful about his mum's feelings on the situation, and I really like that. I feel like showing a kid who had a lot of empathy for his mother who was going through something was like it felt really grown up of him. So I really liked him as a character and as a narrator as well. He does talk to the reader a lot. I don't know if you enjoyed that. As you said, I think was it the last live show we did when it's like you're standing in the bookshop reading this or listening to this. He does interject a few times, like talking to the reader. Did you enjoy that aspect
I
of
like
Archie?
But that is something in books that I do enjoy, like thinking Sebastian de Castell style. Like quite often narrators in that break down that fourth wall, and it's almost like stopping to look at the camera and be like, you're probably wondering what I did next. Like he does that, and I do like that. It makes it feel like he's telling you the story. You're not just this like God perspective on the whole thing. It does make you feel a little bit closer to Archie, and like he's trusting you with this story. I think it was a nice touch.
Yeah, I agree actually. So I thought he was I gave characters an 8? Yeah, I gave characters an 8 mainly, I guess, because I really enjoyed the narrator. It was kind of almost similar to Tristan Strong, like last month, because he was a very casual narrator, but I didn't think it worked that well in a fantasy, but in a contemporary, having that casual narrator is like, it's so engrossing because he starts to feel more like a real person, whereas it didn't really work for me in fantasy, but in this one, it really did.
Yeah, completely. And that is tone of the genre tone, isn't it? Like in a fantasy, you like there is a world and a magic system and creatures and stuff to explore, and that casual narration there did not work. In this, it's a world and concepts that we are very familiar with. So casual narration just makes it feel like you're having a chat with someone.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't need to be explaining
as well. Like it was such a quick read. It's like you're just having a chat with this little boy.
Yeah, just our child's little boy. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people felt really bad for the mum, saying she was still really in love with him. Yeah, so with the betrayal of the parents, I wouldn't even know how to, because I've never been in that in that position. Like, obviously, yeah, she is hurting, and the father doesn't know how to handle it. And was it the scene in the arcade when the dad takes him, and he's so like, the dad is so distant, and Archie is getting more and more frustrated with him because he's like, why isn't he doing anything? Why isn't he like paying attention? Like, this is weird. Like, he's making it weird. It's such a difficult position for even his dad, I guess. But yeah, I can't say like how he should have handled that situation. Like, for the father, I can't say how he should have handled it. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of shutting Archie out for a lot of it. I felt like if he had have just explained things better to Archie, it probably wouldn't have gotten as far as it did, with Archie and his friends going to Pride, and Archie feeling very guilty for his mum. I don't know what you think about that one.
I mean, I think there's a line to draw there between what we don't like and what is realistic. Because, yeah, I don't like the way they shut him out and the way that they kept the secret from him. But realistically, in that scenario, I think it would be difficult for a father to come out to their young son and explain why his parents are splitting up. Like, yeah. I think it would be that difficult. And it is something that they would put off for a while. I mean, I don't know, because obviously I've never been through that. Yeah. But I think there is a good sense of realism there.
Yeah, there is definitely. And yeah, as you said, like it is that line between like what we would prefer and what we didn't like, or like what's realistic. Yeah, I agree with this. Like he says I'm gay, and then like Archie is kind of left to make his own conclusions about that. Like,
it was Archie's fault though, because his dad accidentally says it to the mum, and Archie overhears, and then they realize he's overheard. But then the dad does say, like, do you want to talk to me about this?
Yes, you're right.
Questions? And Archie's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, that's actually very true. That's actually very true.
The child is naturally going to shut down their emotions and close themselves off. That's what kids do. But I don't think you can blame the dad for that.
Look at you making sense. Oh my god. 12-year-olds notice everything. And did you have a favorite character? Because I think my favorite character was probably Belle. I really like Belle.
I didn't have a favorite character, I'm sorry.
Did you? Well, did you like Belle at least?
Which one was Belle?
She was his like best friend, like the girl.
The girl best friend.
Yeah, the girl best friend, Sassy.
Okay, let's unpack me for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, we go.
For someone who really likes middle grade books, I don't like children.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's Charlie Editions. She's the only exception.
Unless it's Charlie Editions. I don't like kids, and I feel like these kids are a perfect example of the sort of kids I don't like. Like Charlie Editions, I like her because she is an innocent, adorable little girl that would keep a worm as a pet. Like, that's cute. I don't like kids in general.
Oh, I'm showing this to your kid. When you have a kid,
I'm not having a child, Gavin. This is a life decision that's been made a long time ago. Yeah, these are just the sort of children that I don't like, and I feel like each one of them has a trait of children that I don't like. Like, Belle is way too much. Like, a girl, you're 12. Shh. Simmer down. And Seb is such an anxious, messy ball, and him, I just want to like sit him down and strap him in and be like, life is gonna throw some stuff at you, sir. Calm.
Yeah.
And Archie thinks that he's, I don't know, like he thinks he has the answer, like he thinks he can do what he wants with no consequence almost. And it's like, all three of you children have traits of children that I don't like. So, meh.
Okay, I'm glad we got that out there. Yeah, made this for whereas I'm used to children, I guess, so I guess that's why I come in like a little bit differently to this, because yeah, I mean, if I met Belle in person and I had to spend a lot of time with Belle, yeah, I think I would find her annoying. And same as Seb, like the way he's so anxious, I would be like, okay, kid, look, let's stop this right now. But yeah, I love, like, because they're not real to me, they're in the story. I did like their traits and like their sense of humor. I like the way they the way they spoke to each other. I love the way they try to form a plan for Pride, and then obviously it just all goes balls over tit. Is that the tit saying? Balls over tit? Tits over balls? What I can't remember what the saying is, but it's like arse over tit.
Arse over tits, yeah.
That's it. I was like, Jade, what is it?
Balls over tits. I like it.
I like it too, actually. That's my new favorite saying. Yeah, and then I just love the way I love their optimism in a way, because obviously their plan is so silly in a way. Like, they're going to London by themselves to this event that they have no idea what they're getting into.
Yeah, they don't even know what it is.
They don't even know exactly, and they don't know who they're going to meet there. What if they got kidnapped by someone? You know, it's like, this is a really scary situation for kids to be in, to travel that distance on their own. So, but it's that optimism. Like, they go through so many different forms of a plan, and I'm like, it's not going to go well, but they still do it. And then there was a moment where Archie goes to Seb, look, we can back out of this. Like, we don't have to do this. But then Seb says, this is really important to you. We're doing it. You know, so I love that chemistry, that friendship, that relationship between them. It was pure for them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do like their relationship together. I think, again, this is just where it comes into the contemporary, making me feel like this is someone else's story and none of my business, and I don't like your kids.
It's none of my business.
I'm not here to parent your children. That's on you.
Honestly, I felt like I should have stepped in and parented these children, to be honest. I felt like, you know what, kids, get off this train. We're going to McDonald's and I'm taking you home. That's what I would have been like. The mum was well written as someone going through a divorce with a less than positive separation, due to cheating, rather than, oh, sorry to hear that. Having a teen in the house, I can relate. I mean, yeah, I feel like, I mean, for me personally as well, I thought the mum handled it really well too. Even though Archie was overhearing stuff, if he didn't overhear that, I feel like the moments we did meet the mum would have been moments when she was trying to put on a brave face for him.
You know what I really loved about the mum character, actually, is when it was just her and the dad. Like,
yeah,
she was hurting, she was angry, she was mad at him for what he put her through. But then when it came to his friends rejecting him for being gay, she immediately, like, forgot her hurt, forgot her pain, and was like, that's not okay, and I'm still here for you, and I still value you and love you the way that you are, regardless. And she just put her pain aside to kind of focus on what was important in that moment. And I really liked that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That was such an important moment. That was when she was like so selfless and really did like compartmentalize her pain and anger towards the dad, and put him first. And also when she was telling him, just say it, just say it, just say it. It's 2 words, just say I'm gay. And she really just helped encourage him to do that. So like, yeah, she was written deliberate, but it was then never particularly addressed how blunt she was to Archie about his dad. Maybe people did get this conflicting kind of portrayal of the mum then. Maybe sometimes she just couldn't help herself from slipping out. That hurt is so raw to her still. She's still like figuring it out, but I can totally see how it will come across. Oh gosh, I'm like 6 minutes behind. My bad. Right, it's jumped. So I'm onto the arse over tit stuff. Belle seemed about 8, Archie seemed about 14, Seb seemed simultaneously 6 and 17. They just they span so many age ranges. Like it's very easy for them to have found it. Oh, Oscar, not Oliver. Okay, I'm just gonna. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to skip some comments. I'm sorry about that. Good dynamic. So hard for as a parent to come out because an easy reaction for a kid to have is to blame them for a divorce or a split family, and that could be awful for a parent to deal with. Yeah, so I guess I can totally see why the father was so anguished and why he made so many mistakes. I mean, and also same damn like my internet is just not playing ball today.
You're doing
Didn't
all right.
totally. Yeah, I did. So Rachel says I didn't totally understand why Archie thought going to Pride would answer everything, but was the point that he didn't really know either. So I think what in like forced him to go to Pride was that he after the arcade with his dad, and his dad just wasn't paying attention. His dad was really distant, and they were playing the air hockey game, and his dad just wasn't even there. He felt he was losing his dad. So when they were researching Pride he saw a photo of people and in the background was an arcade with an air hockey thing. So like he connected that with his dad. He was like, oh, if I go to Pride, I'll find out who my dad is and maybe we can become close again. I think that, I mean, that's what I assumed
Yeah,
it
I
was.
think he saw it as a way to like, look, this family of father and son have clearly experienced something at Pride that has made them close, and I want that. So I'm going to go
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It was the photo of the dad and the son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. So that's what prompted him. Obviously, it's like a far-fetched plan, but I
Yeah.
feel like his heart was in the right place. Never understood why they thought, yeah, going up Pride would help Archie. I hope we've explained that a little bit. Because, yeah, a few people were a bit confused about that too. So maybe it could have been maybe a bit more embellished for people to really feel that connection about why he would do that. Oh, I like this perspective. I didn't like the mum character because, from a perspective of a mother, the way she talked about the dad not caring if Archie could hear was a bit much. I feel like I'm so far removed from some like elements of this story that there's so much that I miss, like to do with that. I think this was the third
I
kid's
mean,
goal.
sorry.
No, you can't. You continue. I think were you making a point on that one?
Yeah, on the previous comment with the mums making kind of offhand comments about dads, like from a split family, like that's very normal. I think like a lot of my childhood would be comments about my dad from my mum, like, ugh, late again. Oh, it's even gonna bother showing up this time. Like from a split family when you live with the mother, I think that's normal, but that's just my experience.
Yeah, I think that did go over my head as well because my mum and dad split and I live with my mum. And yeah, my mum would make comments about my dad all the time. The things I heard, I'm scarred. The third kids go to someplace far away with an awful plan in order to fix something. Middle grade contemporary I've read. Right, okay. I'm trying to think of other ones that it's happened in. There's one that I know definitely happens in because they go to London. I don't really want to mention it because it's by a transphobic author. So I don't want to say who it is, but I think this is probably the second one then that I've read where this happens. But I felt it had a good reason for it. Anyway, sorry, we've been talking far too long, probably. The last thing I want to say about characters then is why I gave it an 8 is because of the whole Pride segment as well. When you had different drag queens and people like strangers like want to help, like that just showed the community of Pride and the incredible LGBTQ plus community and how just like supportive they are of one another and how much they would want to go out of their way to help and make these lost children feel a bit more safe and secure. I loved everything about the whole Pride sequence. So yeah, the drag queens.
I liked the characters we met at Pride, but 100% didn't get enough of them to like add points.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. I honestly feel like there's so much we could actually talk about, like the characters and the family and stuff. Like, yeah, like
I feel like a lot with characters and family, etc., is the plot, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
That is what drives the plot. So when it gets to plot, we will have already discussed a lot that.
That's very true.
A lot that's worth pointing out.
That's true. So So what's the next one? For some reason I closed. Oh, Atmosphere. Okay. Well, I gave that one an 8 as well.
I gave. Do you want to guess or
5,
No.
4, 3. Oh, 6.
6?
6. Oh my god! For some reason, I thought you were going to go lower. What
No,
was
no,
it about Atmosphere? I'm a cynic. I'm a cynic.
Everything for me starts at a 5 and either goes up or goes down. And I feel like with Atmosphere, like it's the real world.
It is the real world. You're right.
It's the real world. And then the Atmosphere at Pride, like I could sense the like anticipation and the excitement there. 6.
Have you ever been to a Pride? Have you ever been to a Pride, Jade?
I have not, no.
Me neither. Isn't that strange? Like I've never actually been to a Pride. we have like some of the biggest prides in Newcastle as well, and it's I don't know why I've never been before, but this I totally should have been to Pride by now. It's like I'm a terrible gay for that, but
I'm a terrible gay.
I'm a terrible. I am not. Taking my gay card because I do not belong here. So yeah, what I enjoyed about the Atmosphere. Saying that though, I mean, I do when I rate Atmosphere, I mainly think about middle grade like fantasies. I struggle with contemporaries given Atmosphere a rating because when I think of Atmosphere, I do think about a world or a magical world, and I don't think there's anything really atmospheric in the real world. It's just
exactly, which is why 5.
Yeah,
there is something slightly magical about Pride.
Yeah, which is that's the reason it got an 8 for me was because of Pride. It made me feel like I was at Pride. I've never been to Pride before, and it felt like this was my first experience going to Pride. So that is probably why Atmosphere is rather high for me. Because that whole segment for me was like everything. I loved the hustle and bustle. I loved the colors. I know who said about the rainbow. So Kendra said wanted more description about the colors and stuff. Yeah, I think most of the descriptions lay in the characters and the people at Pride rather than Pride itself. Because a lot of the drag queens, there was some beautiful descriptions of like how the drag queen's face with the makeup, there was like some kind of correlation to like art and artwork and things. Like there was just some like beautiful flowery kind of descriptions on that. So I thought that was really well done. And yeah, like, what about you, Jay? Like, I don't know, like it's hard to explain because I just love that segment.
I mean,
it's so hard for you.
It's difficult for me because like I'm so
I know.
But I mean, it went from a 5 to a 6 because of that. It got an extra point. I liked it, as I say, I liked the anticipation and the excitement that you could feel there. Like you could feel the buzz from like how busy it was and the description. Was it like Dean's hair? That was his name, Dean? Dean's hair that they were looking for, and you're like, oh, you can't miss it. It's got bright green hair, and then it's like, oh, so's everyone else. Like you could feel the vibrancy of the community and stuff. Like point.
Yeah. That's that's true. I remember that part with the green hair. You just be like, oh, everyone's yes.
And you've got bright green hair.
Yeah, and then they said something like you'd stand out more if you had not like normal hair or something or regular hair. And it just like shows you like, yeah, this is like such a brilliantly bright, colorful thing that's going on at the minute. Community aspect was done really well. Love the characters of Pride. Oh, Dan was thinking about the death of Zoe Washington and Close to the Universe. About the thing before. I think about the adventure, escaping somewhere else thing.
Something.
Yeah, I really want to read Death of Zoe Washington though. It looks really good. Did like the characters of Pride. I think it was those scenes that took the book from a low 3-star to getting a 4-star. That's awesome. I do think it's like definitely like the highlight for this book. It just. And I feel like, because when I did the interview with Benjamin Dean, he was saying he really wanted to recapture his first experience of Pride. And I feel like because he had his own lived experience, it just came across on the page. Like it was, it just felt so natural. yeah, so 8, 9. I've been missing out. I know I've been missing out. Oh, and Nina's been to a Pride in Vienna. So fun, and the people are so nice. Yeah, let's say the people are nice, and that's what I got from the people at Pride
Yeah.
doing this too. 7 for atmosphere. If they got on the train, if I'm not sure how. Yes, I'm trying to read it. Sorry, I'm like, oh yes, yes. So before the train, and then yeah, because some of the like there was some tension on the train about getting kicked off. I've sometimes felt that anxiety when I've gotten on a train and like I've been in a rush and I haven't paid for a ticket, and I know that like heart dropping moment when you see the ticket inspector come, and you're like, boom, like I totally get that. And then I think that's when it like the plot and everything really kicked in, was like from the train to the end with Pride. That I feel was probably the best segment of the book. Would you agree with that, Jade?
I feel like from when they got off the train.
Got off the train. And which is why I kind of liked Belle, because what did she say her name was? Like Barclay called the third or something, and I'm just like, it's just like, that's just so like nobody would believe that as an adult. Like, but it's hilarious. Spending so much during the Pride scenes. Would love a companion book with Archie and his friends going to Pride for the next few years and see. I'd love to see. Like Jade probably wouldn't, but I would love to read of like maybe the next Pride when like Archie can go with his dad and be like, you know, the dad and the son in that photo that he saw. I'd love to see them get to that place.
It would be cute, like maybe like an extra like 1 chapter online thing. I couldn't read a whole book about that.
No, but maybe like a short chapter in an anthology or something.
Yeah. Like maybe if we did like an anniversary edition, like exclusive content at the back.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they didn't do that to begin with, because this is a Waterstones exclusive, but the exclusive part is a Q&A at the back, and that's it. It would have been great if it had an extra chapter for that. But it made Emma want to be a Pride, even though Emma doesn't really like being in. I feel like I get the same way as well. Like being in such a huge environment with loads of people also makes me feel a bit nervous, and that's probably why I haven't been to Pride yet. But it made me want to go too. And now we don't really need to go because we've read it in there, and that every time I want to go to Pride, I can just reread this book. Being in Pride once, 4 years ago, really felt the energy. Green hair squad. Oh yay, we've got some green hairs. I will try and point you guys out in Pride. Yes, on the metro when I've gotten on and I haven't paid for a ticket, because sometimes it's like there's no barriers. So I totally get why they thought they could get away with it. Some places just don't have barriers and you could just get on and get off. But yeah, found family. Oh yeah, it did feel by the end of this book with the drag queens helping them, it felt like this was like a new sort of little family. Like, or at least I'd love to see them have maybe kept in touch, maybe, or like especially with the dad. Like I feel like maybe not with the kids as much, because that could probably be a little bit creepy. But maybe in like with the dad, like there could be this whole, I don't know, like this whole new community, new found, like, I don't know. The dad needs friends. The dad needs friends in the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah.
So, feel I've read too many intricate litfic explorations of queer communities that I hadn't read such a fun representation of before. Yeah, like this, I think first and foremost is just like a fun, light-hearted representation.
Yes. Fun, light-hearted, parental separation and childhood trauma. Fun, light-hearted.
From when they get, hang on, I was gonna say from when they get off the train, but then Seb goes missing, and that is a huge
From when they find Seb onwards.
Yeah, from when they find Seb.
So
which
like,
is literally like the last
10
chapter.
pages. Yeah.
Like, I think literally the last chapter. It's so fun and heartfelt. Yeah, reading this as an adult, I did feel that too. I think if kids read this, they will just find it like exciting and adventurous. But yeah, as an adult, I felt like, how could they lose, like, you know, Oscar and Dean, how could they lose the kids this early on? They just got off the bloody train. How? Oh.
Like it's a known thing, I think, that if you go to London with a group of you latch onto each other's arms and you don't let go until you're out of the crowd. Like, you make a human chain. Who doesn't make a human chain?
Yeah.
Please tell me you've made a human chain.
Oh yeah, all the time. Especially not even when there's like a large crowd, but sometimes even if there's like a few people really, and I'm trying to get like back at uni when I would try and get through this like maybe a small crowd in a nightclub, all my friends would just be like, okay, we'll all hold hands and then go through this crowd to get out. Yeah.
Until you pass. You cannot lose anybody.
That's the number one rule. The number one rule. So we didn't get to explore it more. Really like the Buttercup. Oh, Buttercup, yeah. I like Buttercup too. So helpful. Loved her to bits. Love the Pride part was close to my experience in New York City. But liked what's SF?
San Fran?
San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco. It took a while to clock on there. Like the reference in the book to activism. That was great. Yeah, I think there's going to be some really important, great messages and themes.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you do when the ticket inspector came? Unless you hid it under the table, of course. Sometimes I would try and hide in the toilet, which is what I think the kids try to do.
Can you not? Pardon me if I sound incredibly ignorant of like metro travel here. Can you not buy a ticket on the metro?
Yeah, but you get £20 fine.
Like anytime I've done that and the ticket inspectors come, you just buy a ticket from the inspector.
I think that's mainly on like. I think that's mainly on like the normal trains, but like on the metro, you get a £20 fine if you don't have a ticket. At least I think that's what it is. Like there's a fine if you don't have a ticket. I think it's the metro.
You can't buy one once you're on it.
I think you could, but no, actually, I don't think you can on the metro. I think you just get a £20 fine. But I think on the normal trains, but I think they were on a normal train, so they probably could have just bought a normal ticket.
They were on a train in London. Like,
yeah. But they didn't have the money, so it was more like intense for them. Yeah, but for me,
I was more thinking from your perspective. Like, why does seeing the inspector make you anxious? Can you not just buy one?
Yeah, I would just buy one, but it's gone up. It's £25 now on the metro. That's terrible. I'd rather pay the ticket. It's like £3 for a ticket or something. Oh, a cute little graphic novel. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Yes. Oh, could you imagine Pride at New Orleans? Yeah, 12-year-olds. Yeah, that would be terrifying if there were. Like, so if like Seb and Archie and everyone was there, yeah, that would be scary. Yeah, this also puts the fear in God in me. Make sure the kids were with him, and then asking me to leave. Seb didn't have a phone and wouldn't call or text. I do know that Oscar didn't have his phone because Archie had his phone when Oscar dropped it on the train.
Yeah,
that was the only thing I knew about that. I don't really know much about. Yeah, I don't know. And they were supposed to meet at the archway or something as well, and it just didn't happen. Anyway, sorry. Let's move on to. Should we do like writing? Should we do, because we've been on for over an hour? Should we do like the last few, like together almost? Like so writing.
Yeah, quick fire.
Yeah, quick fire. Writing, I gave it an 8.
I gave it a 7.
Plot, I gave it an 8.
I gave it a 6.
Intrigue, I gave it an 8.
Gave it a 6.
Logic, I gave it an 8.
Gave it a 7.
In enjoyment, I gave it a 9.
I gave it a 7.
So my co-pile is 8.14.
And mine is 6.43.
Nice. You know what, actually, Jade, can you no, you don't have to do it now or anything, but maybe like in the future, if you send me your ratings for each like middle grade monthly book we've ever done, I could do like a little spreadsheet of like our comparison, maybe like how far apart, like which book we agreed on the most, which book we disagreed on the most, like which one.
Some good stats for our December show.
Yeah, it would. Oh my god, it would. That would be
did you know, guys, for our December show, we don't pick a book. December is a bookless month. We just recap the year.
Yeah, December is like hard enough for everyone to like try and squeeze another book club book in. With Christmas just around the corner, which honestly, it's nearly Christmas, guys. It's like less than 6 months to go.
Yay! Can I have my birthday first before we start talking about Christmas?
Oh yeah. Sorry. We'll start celebrating Christmas on the 30th of June. Yes. Actually, Maddie is the spreadsheet queen. I might ask her to do it. Oh, read the cover. Oh, that was actually a fun
Yeah.
part of the December live show, actually.
Absolutely.
So, like, sorry guys, we went off topic again. But was there anything in the book to you that you would like to talk about? I was trying to think of a question, but then I was like, because I feel like I feel like contemporaries are a hard one to discuss in depth, because if we don't talk, we've already talked about the characters like a lot. Especially since contemporary, as you said, is like real life and in all of that. It's hard to pick that apart.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and it's especially difficult to pick it apart when I think it's quite obvious that a lot of this book comes from Benjamin Dean's own experiences, like his pride experience, etc., and family relationships. Well, I don't know what his family is like, obviously, but like I feel like there's quite clearly a lot of him in it, and it doesn't feel right to pick that apart, but.
Yeah,
I think the main thing to take away from my thoughts and opinions is to take them all with a pinch of salt, because I don't like contemporary.
Yeah.
But that being said, I am still glad I read it. I wouldn't take the time back. Like, I don't wish I hadn't. It's just, yeah, I think it did well considering the audience was me.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly was expecting worse. I really was. I was bracing myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a bit gassy, sorry.
I do agree with this, though. I do think that illustrations could have, like...
Especially if they continued like this, because it's Sandhya Prabhat who did the illustrations. Like, if they, like, each chapter had like that. Can you imagine the Pride chapters with more illustrations like this?
Yeah, the Pride illustrations.
Oh, yeah. There was some nice...
And there was literally like 2 of them or something.
Yeah, there were like just little good ones. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I agree. They look like some of it's like a little bit watercolored as well, which is gorgeous, stunning. Cover and illustrations were really well done, and maybe that could have been more. Biggest thing was the ending felt very wave of magic wand and everything is better. I would have loved to have seen the combos Archie and his dad had. Yeah, I mean, I totally think some of the themes in this book were ones I think will be good for kids and their parents to go into, especially if you wanted to talk about sexuality or anything like that. I think what this book did really well, because I think it's quite, maybe sometimes it could be dangerous in a book where kids go off by themselves, and like I don't know if like other kids would want to do that, but I think what this book did so well was that it showed that that's not a good idea, because I think it's very easy for kids to maybe think it is, but from the beginning, like from the off, it's like you should not be doing this.
I do really appreciate the fact that the only how everything became okay was getting the actual adults back on board. Like, they could not fix that by themselves, and I think it's important that it did that, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why it felt like it was a wave, a magic wand and everything's bad. I think it was because like the adults knew kind of what to do. Obviously, like when we saw Archie's dad at Pride, and like he was so out of his comfort zone as well, and he was he didn't know what happened to Seb, and obviously he didn't really know how to address the situation too. But it did show you that getting adults involved at least is the right thing to do. So that's probably why it feels like a happy ever after kind of thing. But I would also have loved to have seen more, because like we do have Archie and the dad have a bit of a comedic thing, like, oh, am I grounded? He's like, yeah, for a very long time. Like, we do have like the comedy of that exchange, but it would have been so great to see how they dealt with it, like maybe the conversation that they had and how their relationship progressed. But I guess that was probably a bit too much to put into this book, maybe. But I mean, I appreciate the fact that it was the adults who stepped in.
Yeah, and I think also us not seeing like masses of the consequences is because I think in that scenario, obviously I'm not a parent, can't speak for parents. When a child has done something like that, I think you really have to consider the why they've done it. Like, it's not that they went and did this to be troublemakers and had an adventure. There was some like emotional turmoil, and of course you need consequences for making terrible choices, but I'm glad that we didn't get like overly angry parents like, how dare you do this, you absolute disobedient piece of garbage, to their child. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like some parents probably could go that way, and then like that's just adding to that emotional anguish we've got going on here. Like, it needed sensitivity, because like nothing was done with a bad bone in body.
Yes.
But
no, I totally
still need consequences and explaining why what they did was a bad idea, but in a sensitive way, which is why I think that humor worked well.
Yeah. No, I think, that's actually a really good way of looking. This is why I love having you here, Jade. Even on a book that you didn't love, you have so many great things to say.
Rachel's comment, quick insight into Jade talking to a child there. How dare you do that, you piece of garbage.
Oh, can I be your child, please? Like, I would absolutely love
not.
someone.
No,
I need you. I mean, I guess Jake is almost a bit like your child as well. We did get a question actually. Do either of you feel that your ratings change once you know an author's experience is the basis for a book? I also don't rate autobiographies. I don't even really read them. The only one I've really read is it's too real life for Jade. But the only one I've really read is All Boys on Blue by George M. Johnson, and I did love that book. But that's because I related to it so much, and it was like about the queer experience and things. So like, I don't think it would impact it if it was a fiction book. If it was a fiction book, I feel like once it's out in the world, it's up to anyone's interpretation, no matter how much the author put of themselves in it. So I wouldn't exactly take it into account, but I like the context. I like knowing that, but I don't think it would sway my opinion on it. If it's badly written or anything.
I think this is difficult for me to give an opinion on, because so many of my reads are fantasy, and like, how much of an author can you put into that? It's magic.
Yeah. That's true. Actually, well, I don't know, because I'm writing a middle grade at the minute, and it's fantasy, and I'm putting so much of me in there. I'm practically the main character. I feel like some fantasies, maybe they do like put themselves in maybe a character, or maybe they'll have a.
But it's not going to be their experience. Like, I can rate their personality. That's fine. I'll rate their personality if they've put a character after themselves, but it's not going to be their experience. I mean, it might be. I don't know.
So I know a lot of fantasies do have like real life issues in them sometimes, like real themes in them too. So maybe they might do that, but I don't think it's ever going to be indicative of what we feel about an overall book. It's never going to sway us, I don't think.
Yeah.
So they were meant to be on the bottom of the page. They look kind of weird and cut off in the middle of the in the A book. I can imagine the illustrations are a bit weird in there. Yeah, 9 stats don't exist anymore. In theory, game I recall is Mario Kart, but he complains about a PlayStation ban. Not impossible for him to have both, but no choice to do that. Oh, so year 9 stats don't exist anymore? I actually didn't know that.
Year 9 sats? What?
Yeah, because on the sats in year 9? Yeah. Sats? No, hang on.
Sats in the UK are in year 6.
Yeah, that's right. But there are exams in year 9 as well, aren't there?
Not that I ever took.
I think I did back in 2006. Because back in 2006, I mean, show my age here. In 2006, I'm sure I did tests in year 9. And then I did GCSEs in year 11.
Year 10 and 11. Yeah, I had my GCSE exams year 10 and 11. Maybe I'm too young for these year 9 sats. I didn't.
Maybe you are, but this is set in 2021. In fact, I don't think it's happened yet, because they said the exact date, which was like July something 2021, and I was like, "Ooh, that's coming up." So like, this is about to happen. This book is about to happen next month. So that's pretty interesting. It had to stay hopeful. Yeah, it had to have that positive message, I think. Yeah. Couldn't get too deep, confusing. One thing I really appreciate is that through all, Archie is trying to come to terms with his dad being gay and never edged into homophobia. Yeah, that's true. I feel if it had been written 10 years ago, it would have. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I don't think there was any homophobia in this book whatsoever, actually. And I know a lot of...
Dad's friends.
Oh, the dad's friends. Yeah, sorry, the dad's friends. It was never really like a focus because when like a lot of the queer books that I've read, and sometimes the middle grade ones as well, there is bullying of the main character who might be queer. Or in the YA books, there's always bullying or people made to feel shame. So yeah, there is the dad's friends, but it's like this was more, yeah. Archie was never like, ew, you know? Archie was always dead accepting, which I love. Also agree. And the prologue ending was the magic wand. All right, Archie and his dad agreed they would communicate better, but we didn't see those conversations. Yeah, I feel like maybe it just didn't have enough word count usage, maybe. Maybe that's just the way he wanted to end the story. Open for our interpretation. Otherwise, I know Jade. I mean, I would have happily read another 100 pages, but I know Jade probably thinks it ended just at the right time.
It was fine.
Yeah, maybe it could. Maybe in a graphic novel, that would be great. One word to sum up the book, I would say. Oh, that's colorful.
Gay.
Gay. Oh, hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining. We are good. Jade, you're good. Are you tipsy from the cider?
I'm really hot. I don't think
Really
that's from
hot.
the cider, though. I think it's from the fact that I had to shut the window because Brian's got things on fire and really loud music.
Oh, I was going to say, even if he'd stopped the music, you would probably be able to smell the smoke.
Yeah.
If you opened the window. Kendra had year 9 stats. I'm sure I did year 9
I think
stats.
I'm too young for this because I didn't.
It might be a regional thing as well. Maybe certain regions have them.
I was in year 9 in 2010.
And I was 2006. I think. I hope so, God. It better not be earlier than that.
2011. 2011.
2011. Am I 5 years older than you?
I don't know, are you?
Well, I'm 29.
I'll be 24 on Tuesday.
Did you say 24?
I'll be 24 on Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm 5 years older than you, God damn it.
Well, there you go. People are saying the year 9 sats ended in 2008. So yeah, I'm too young for that.
Ah, right. Okay. That's interesting.
Which is why I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I hate it. I hate that because if I had to suffer through year 9 stats, everyone should have had to suffer through year 9 stats. It's disgusting. And it's honestly disgusting you didn't get into them. And in 2008 as well. That's when I finished secondary school as well. Like, this is just it's despicable. Anyway, I feel like we've talked a lot. In fact, we talked longer about this book than I realized we would. I didn't think we'd, because with it being a contemporary, I didn't think.
I guess because I had to do a whole lot of justification.
Yeah, you had to keep explaining yourself. I totally get it. But no, I thought we had some great discussions about the characters and pride and their parents and kids.
Kids.
Oh, saying that, I mean, I still like kids, but today, somebody outside, there was a kid who took his mask off. He looked about like 12 or 13, took his mask off to sneeze and then put the mask back on. Like, why? Why? If you are old enough to talk, you are old enough to know why? It was vile. But anyway, anything else you want to discuss, Jade? Anything else you want to talk about? You just want to have a cold bath, don't you?
I'm good.
You're good. Well, yeah, then, I guess nothing else to talk about for Me, My Dad, and the End of the Rainbow, which I do still absolutely love. Before we both go, a quick question. You know what the reading sprint schedule for whatever-a-thon is for the rest of the month? There's only, I think, 4 more days left, and I think it's very up in the air, I think.
Are tomorrow's set? I feel like someone's doing them tomorrow. I just don't know who.
Maybe they're... Oh, I can't find my phone. Oh, I found it. And it's very hot because I've been sitting on it. There might be some tomorrow, you're right. But I know Maddie wants to do a final one, but I don't know if she's really like said it yet. But I do know Maddie really wants to do that. Whatever.
Yeah, the chat is. I'm gonna have to go so far back to see.
I'm just on the Twitter page because I think it might be retweeted.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, wait, no, that was 21 hours ago. So that was yesterday's sprints. So they haven't actually. There isn't. No, I don't think so. No, I can't tell you guys. Sorry about that. No, I'm sorry. Still saying to be TBC, to be confirmed. Yeah, right. Yuck. Oh, I'm glad you had a fun discussion. Oh, yay. And first Milky Monthly, I really hope next month will be another fantastic one for you guys. I know I'm so excited for it.
Oh, I'm excited.
Well, I put it here. Here it is. City of Rust. And this is going to be on Jade's channel. In fact, on the next two, going to be on your channel. Is that right?
Yeah, because we've had the last two on yours.
Yes, that's true. And the August one is Shark Caller by Zilla Bethel. And then the one after that for September is Lockwood and Cole, The Screaming Staircase. That's September. We have kind of picked the October one as well, haven't we? We just haven't really announced it.
Yeah.
Should we give people a sneak peek in the October one?
October, yeah, go for it.
Yes, I've got it up here. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm terrified.
I'm terrified too, to be fair. I'm so excited. I feel like I don't think some people might be a little bit too scared. It is middle grade, so you might be fine. But it does look pretty scary. So let's announce October's here then. A little sneak peek for you guys. And it is They Threw Us Away by Daniel Kraus. And this one is, I thought Emma wouldn't read because it will be spooky. I think Screaming Staircase is spooky as well because it's about ghosts. But this one is.
Fair, I say it's scary. Obviously, I haven't read it. I don't know how scary it is. Just from the illustrations, I am scared.
This is the illustrations. This sounds like Toy Story 3 if it was a horror.
If it was a horror, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mozzo was like really evil.
Yes, they really wanted to kill Woody, which actually does try and kill them, to be fair. So he really is evil.
Yeah,
he really is evil. It is, I think, about discarded teddy bears that Horace, Sugar, Sonny, and Reginald. And they aren't sure how their luck soured. They need to get back to the store if they're ever to fulfill their destinies. So after being dumped, they go on a perilous trek across the dump into the outer world with ravenous rats, screeching gulls, and menacing city in front of them. And the teddies will need to overcome insurmountable challenges to find their way home. Okay, maybe I don't think the teddies are evil, but they just look evil. And they are discarded, so maybe they have some grudges. So maybe they do turn evil, maybe. Oh, look at that. That's a little bit creepy as well. It's just like a little scratch. Oh, there's more like illustrations in as well. Like it does look really good. It does look
creepy.
It does look very creepy, but so good. Anyway, that's the October one. We will announce it properly when the time is right, because we haven't picked a November one yet, I don't think. Somebody did ask earlier as well, like how we pick them. Like, does Jade pick one month and then I pick the next month? We do discuss, and we do ask. Yeah, and we do ask sometimes, like if anybody has any ideas.
Yeah, like we ask here for recommendations. One that comes to mind is Wolf for a Spell was recommended by Sasha and stuff.
Yeah.
So we take lots of things into account. We don't just force each other to read books.
Yeah, this was a very special exception. We'll do another contemporary once every 2 years, maybe.
Once every 2 years. I feel I can get on board with that. Like, okay.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, we'll probably announce that and then figure out November. If anyone has any ideas for November, do let us know. The Twitter's always there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? I want them. I don't know if they are murderous, but I kind of want them to be murderous. For me personally, I'll be scared of it, but I want them to be murderous teddy bears.
Yay.
Every June we do a contemporary.
Absolutely not. June is my month. We've established this. Like,
Yeah, next June Jade is picking the book as well. Like 100%. Jade is picking because Mid-Most
like the last 2 Junes have been weak for me.
Yeah, and you didn't pick either of them.
No.
As well, you didn't even pick them. Okay, well, I will leave it here. Oh, hi, Jake.
I've been interrupted by a Jacob.
Oh.
Oh, God. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, guys. Something that fits a Believe-a-thon theme for November. Yeah, that's true, actually. Oh, yeah, we did discuss that because it's jungle themed. I don't know if there's a jungle book that I could pick. Because there's Jungle Drop by Abby Elphinstone, but that's part of a series. And I've already read it. I do enjoy it though. But maybe it's just something adventurous. It doesn't have to be set in a jungle, I don't think, but maybe something adventurous would be the best shout. Maybe I could pick one of my favorite books. How's that? How is that? A jungle book. I'm not rereading that. I read that for uni and I was like, it was a struggle to get through. But it was interesting. I did an essay on it. Yes, I mean, I will end the live show when Jay comes back. But yes, any suggestions for November, do let us know on the Twitter or Instagram. You can always Instagram us. Beards. Evil teddy beards. Oh yes, save it for September, please. Seven's doing Sci-Fi July. Yes. Jade needs help. I think so. I do have some that I want to read for Sci-Fi July. I mean, The City of Rust, for one, for Middle Grade Monthly. I also have Adam 2 by Alistair Chisholm. I have my Patreon. Oh, that's right. I need to announce my Patreon book club as well. Hiya, Jade.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's going to be a difficult conversation when he says, so, I completely forgot. And I'm like, oh, God, what? It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So we are heading off now. The Explorer was a previous Middle Grade Monthly book, so we can't do that for November. Again, we could just watch Tarzan for November. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, so does Jade, apparently. If you see my Read It Like How to Train Your Gavin. Well, not my Read It. Jade's Read It Like. Can you imagine if I do a reading vlog where I read it like me?
That would be entertaining. Yeah.
It would be very interesting. It would. Dragon Pearl, I have read that, and it is a good sci-fi book. So
this anyone, the problem we always run into is like recommendation, and Gavin's like, "I've read that one." Recommendation,
yeah.
I've read that one.
Yeah, some of them have been a reread for me. So like Keeper of the Lost Cities and Mari, Me, My Child, and the End of the Rainbow. 3 out of 6 of the Middle Grade Monthlies this year have been rereads for me, which is fine. I don't mind that, especially Amari. I could reread that all day, every day.
We'll find something that's not a reread for you. We'll work it out.
I also need to find a 5-star book for you as well. I don't want to. Okay, I don't. Right, I don't want to. Okay, I want to end the live show now, and then I want to continue this discussion in a second. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining the Middle Grade Monthly. To everyone who was new here, And I have not read this yet, but it looks pretty good. I do have to read it like Jade. That's why I need to do like Sebastian de Castell reading vlog. Anyway, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone whose first live show was this one as well. Hope you come back next month for City of Rust on Jade's channel. We will announce reading sprints as well together too.
Yes.
Nearer the time.
I'm
We need to
excited
do that.
about that.
Me too. And it just came out of nowhere. I was just like, let's just do it. Let's do it. But yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.